Rapido. Welcome back to Fog Racing. It is your sprint qualifying slash sprint race review. We didn't exactly bring you qualifying yesterday, but to wrap it up, Mclaren 1-2 for Charles Leclerc, Perez Hamilton in the out the windy. But today, I mean, the sprint wasn't spectacular. You had a few good battles. You had a four-car battle for most of it. It quickly turned into a three-car battle. A bit of drama with the Hulkenberg VSC towards the end. But let's talk about the order, shall we? We'll go through the point scorers. Norris first, Piastri second, Verstappen third, Leclerc fourth, Sainz fifth, Russell sixth, Gasly seventh, Perez eighth. So I mean, let's say fair play to Sergio Perez. I mean, he shouldn't be qualifying in 13th, but he still fought his way through and got a point, which is more than what most of us would have expected for him. Pierre Gasly, I mean, that's a brilliant 2 points for Alpine. I mean, I know it's kind of how far they've fallen, that when scoring 2 points is brilliant, but that's what we're dealing with. George Russell, finishing like 17 seconds clear of his teammate. That's a W in his eyes. Carlos Sainz and Leclerc, Ferrari, disappointing. I mean, I see a lot of people writing off Ferrari. They weren't exactly. I mean, they were better in the Austin sprint than this sprint, right? Don't get it twisted. But they weren't exactly on fire in Austin, and they went on to dominate with a 1-2. So I wouldn't exactly rule Ferrari out, especially with a bit of rain overhead. I expected this session to maybe be a bit mixed. And I would give you a wee cheeky preview of Sunday tomorrow, because it looks like that's going to rain. But Max Verstappen, he got third, currently under investigation for a sprint race infringement. So we'll see how that goes. Honestly, I don't really know what it was. He tried to go side by side with Piat. He tried to time the ending, and I honestly thought he was going to time it to perfection, and McLaren were going to end up with egg on their face. But McLaren almost did end up with egg on their face, because when the Hulkenberg yellow flag came out, then they switched, and I was like, oh my god, what if they don't switch and this turns into a safety car? But McLaren, they did the right thing. You know, I thought it was going to be written in the stars that he was going to win under VSC. But the interesting thing is, if they didn't let him through and then it went to VSC, it actually ended under a green flag. And how would they have been able to let Oscar Piastri let Norris through with Max Verstappen breathing down Norris's neck? It would have been very intriguing, but Lando Norris pulls 2 points, and I think Charles Leclerc's really slim championship hopes have officially died with this result. I think Leclerc needed to beat Max. Boy, I mean, he just needed to beat Max, close the gap in any form. I mean, he's lost a point to Max Verstappen. It's like, if Leclerc won tomorrow and Max retired, then obviously still back in it. That's just not going to happen, though. But in terms of a championship order update, obviously Lando Norris has pulled 2 points here, which is much better than last week's sprint, of course. And that puts it to 45 points. And here, 45 points, 3 times 15. Tell you what, I mean, it's doable. 3 times 15, 3 races to go. Can you pull 15 points? I mean, that means winning and Max finishing 10th. Max starting down the order on Sunday. I think Red Bull do look good this weekend. I think the fact that Perez was managed to glide through the field backs that up. But at the same time, I still think there's real potential for McLaren. I think Norris has got a decent chance, but Lando Norris has got to win the last 3 races. I would just hope that he gets up to 25 or under going into the final Grand Prix, and then there's a real bit of hope and belief that something can be done. But rain scheduled for later on. We'll give a quick wee double check on that. Sao Paulo, not the Saudi Arabian League, no. So as you can see, it's kind of went down a wee bit today, the rain actually, but still a decent chance that it could rain. In terms of Sunday, I think it's going to rain the more. I mean, 100% precipitation. That normally means rain, folks.